All right. Hi, everyone. It's Tuesday, September 1st. I cannot believe that. September 1st. How did that even happen? So welcome, welcome. This is our 90-day game plan kickoff call. 90-day game plan kickoff call. So we are going to be really sharing what our plan is, what our strategy is, what our experience is in, filling things out and moving forward. And so I just want to know who would like to go first, or not like to, but who's willing to go first.
Hello.
Hey, Gina. So
Hi.
I want you to share, what's the experience been like? Because this is, for me, it was intense. Maybe not for you, but yeah. What did it feel like?
You know what? I have to be honest. It was pretty scary. I found it to be a scary experience because I've written goals down before. However, I found this to be quite intense because I think of it as such a big commitment. Like, it's so serious, right? So, yeah, so that's what I just wanted to share. But it was great. I put everything down. I tried to think big and to share as much as I can. So,
And we haven't gotten, thank you. We haven't gotten to go over it. I've gone over a couple of people's, and there's definitely an element of, if you guys, in looking at some of the stuff, some of it we might want to tweak, because, for example, somebody who wants to go executive, saying that, okay, I'm going to sign up 2 people in the next 6 weeks, that's not likely going to work unless you already have 9 consultants. So if anybody wants some help with that, I've kind of been reaching out as I've been reviewing the pages. So I think Chelsea and I went over hers, Lauren, Ross and I went over hers so far. And as they get uploaded, I'm happy to do that with each of you guys, and then making everything really, really specific. Because, for example, saying, and these are tweaks I've had to make on mine as well. Instead of just advancing, let's say advancing 4 new consultants, you want to make sure you say it's personally enrolled consultants, because I think the more specific we are, the more the universe can support what our goals are, etc. So, cool. All right. Thank you. Who's going to go next? And everyone gets to go, so, Should I just... Who's that?
It's Jody.
Okay. Yes.
So writing my goals and having a great meeting with you over the phone or over FaceTime. Thanks again, Steph, today. Just has made me want to connect with my team more. Like, I really do believe in not leaving anybody behind. Yes, I do have an executive goal, but I don't think I've been leading people properly. So that's kind of my recommitment, is for other people. And then obviously reaching out to people that I'm either afraid to reach out to because they intimidate me, or I think that they don't really want this, but maybe they do, and it's not fair for me to judge them by that. So, and committing to like a full-time job. So that's kind of scary for me because I'd focused on my fitness so much. But I think this is the perfect time. So.
Thank you. I think that's great. And, that's going to be an ongoing process, the whole working with your list and doing all of that. That's an ongoing growth process, definitely. So, so I don't remember, did you upload yours yet?
I did about an hour or 2 ago.
Okay.
You can review it and we can talk.
Okay, great. Excellent. We will definitely do that. Thank you, Jody.
No problem.
So, Crystal,
Stephanie, I'll go next.
Hold on. Yeah, thank you, Penny. Crystal, welcome. I know you just jumped on. So what we're doing right now is everyone's kind of sharing what their experience has been like with the, getting this intense book filled out and writing the goals down and doing that kind of thing. So just so you know what we're all up to. So we're all kind of going around the circle. And Penny's next.
And I had some scary feelings like what Gina had shared and taking it very seriously. And one of the struggles I ran into is not a new struggle for me, but was just, well, I got to write down the right goal and the right goal for now and the right goal for me. And it has to be perfect. And it has to be doable, but count. I mean, this whole crap. And so I really had to just take a step back and let go and take it seriously, but not get stuck in overthinking it and worrying about if I was going to make it or not going to make it and all that other SHIT. And when and I actually, you know, had it partially filled out, and then I actually got a lot of other good ideas from looking at the people who had posted theirs, like the early birds. And I looked on theirs, and it was great because everyone had done it differently. And I thought, oh, that's a good one. I haven't thought of that. That's a good one. I hadn't thought of that. And so, like, I probably stole or borrowed or whatever you want to call it, something from at least 7 of the ones that I saw, like a little tweak I wanted to add. Like, oh, I love the way Chelsea was the first one that hers was the first one I had seen who had changed it to gift instead of prospect. And then I saw it on Stephanie's, and I'm like, yes, I want to do that too. Anyway. But so that was helpful for me, and I was really grateful. So for every one of you that posted yours early, thank you, because yours helped inspire some tweaks I wanted to do on mine.
Thank you. I think that's a very good point. And if anybody wants to tweak theirs, some people have already wanted to tweak theirs. So that's definitely doable and encouraged. So feel free to do that to as you see things that you want to maybe add or be more specific, you know, get into the specificity. Is that a word? Yeah, thank you. All right, who's next?
I'll go with Di.
All right, Di.
Hi, everyone.
Okay.
Well, you know, I wasn't too scared or too fearful filling this out, but after hearing you guys, it's like, oh, you know, and looking at my goals, but you know, it does freak me out a little bit, but I'm kind of like Penny. It's just, you know, let's just move it forward and actually stepping back from me right now and just looking at this, I know it's doable. My situation is, I know a goal of mine next time when I go to Celebration, I'm not having anything planned for the next 90 days when I get home, and my schedule was full of other things other than Isagenix. So anyway, I decided last week I was just kind of jumping out and saying director, but you know what? 6 years, I just really, it's time for me to be an executive, and that is my goal. And I'm kind of starting from scratch, so that is very scary at this point for me. But my thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to brand myself on Facebook, and the calls that I've been making, I'm branding myself to my friends, to my family, to the list, to new people. Just follow me in my journey, and maybe you'll see something you like and you'll want to join me. Because I really need to get back my billboard, and I need to get my fitness and my strength back in my body, mind, and my spirit. So that's where I'm headed.
All right. And this is a very, you know, high accountability call. And I really want us to uplift each other to our very best. And one thing that I know is that language is very, very strong. And we've talked about this. And so I think if I have your permission to just note something, Di?
Go ahead.
And the word need, and I catch myself too saying need instead of, and this is Jeffrey Combs thing, instead of I choose to, I get to, I commit to. Whatever works in whichever situation you're talking about, because place is not anywhere where probably any of us wants to be. So, and I totally give you guys permission as far as I really want to get strong and powerful in my languaging and intentional and all of that. So if we can, maybe we should have started this with actually agreements, but this is going to be a high focus, high accountability call. And I, for one, give you guys permission to give me any kind of feedback. I think that's going to help me be better and do better. So,
Stephanie, could you please repeat what you just said rather than using the word need? I really liked what you said.
you can use the word I commit to, I deserve to, I get to. James, I think, are there some others?
Yeah, you said I choose to, I get to, I commit to, and I deserve to.
Right.
Yeah. Those are great.
Joe, is that you on 602?
Yeah, that's me. I'm trying to get on. I'm having a hard time on my computer right now. I've been trying to get on, but I am on the call.
Okay. And anyone who's dialing in, you guys, you can dial in on the app using just audio. Like if you're driving, instead of dialing the number, use the app to get on the meeting and upload your picture, please, because then we know who's, I have to actually manually rename all of these so we know who's all on the call. Otherwise people are texting me, who's that? Who's from that number? So if you could do that, so at least we know who's on the call. Even if you're joining by audio with your picture, that would be much, much appreciated. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, James. Uh-oh. It says you're not muted, but I'm not hearing anything. Nope. All right, someone else can go while James sorts his audio out. Lauren Ross.
Let me unmute. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So my experiences, with our goals, I will be retracting my goals because John and I are doing our goals together. And so we sat down after our call today, Stephanie, John and I sat down and chatted about what we think we can do as a couple. And the scary thing that we had talked about was it's a big goal. It's extremely aggressive and it's extremely scary, but I also believe it's doable, right? So I said to him, we need to break it down. So we're breaking the goals down into weekly so that they're more manageable. So we can at least, as John always says, one oil can at a time, right? Instead of, 10 consultants, okay, well, this week we need one, right? One's doable. Let's chunk it and try and do it that way because they're big, scary goals. But, it's hard to put them down and really, it's easy to say them. But when you really start getting underneath them and actually start digging at them, is this really what I want? And then, like Penny said, the old crap comes back. Do I deserve it? Do I want it? Do I really want it? And going through that whole emotional baggage again and just, pushing through it and saying, no, I do deserve this. We do deserve this and we can do this.
Right.
But it's an exercise for sure.
Well,
right?
and thank you for bringing that up about the chunking the goals down. So this whole thing, you guys, is the grand plan. And of course, the grand plan and the big goals do have to be chunked down. And if anybody needs help to break down the numbers, meaning if you want to, let's say, have 8 new consultants during the course of this challenge, how many people does that mean you'd have to enroll? How many people to enroll that many? How many people do you have to talk to? So we can help you with all of that, breaking it down so that it is manageable. And that's what this whole the weekly list on page 62 is all about. So, and we redid some things, right, Lauren, because the numbers weren't adding up to where you wanted to be. So. Yeah. So that's, and it may be a work in progress as we go. So thank you. That's a very good point. So you guys definitely make sure that if you don't know how to figure it out, connect with me or with James or with Lauren, Raymond, or whoever you're working with, I'm certainly happy to help as to what is that going to take. You know, do you have some people who are already who could be part of this grand plan, or is it all brand new people that you have to bring in? So thank you. James, audio yet? No. Very strange. All right, who's next? And Jody's keeping a list, so if you can just start calling on people if nobody's going to volunteer.
Chelsea.
Wait, Joe, did you say you'd go?
I'll volunteer.
All right.
Okay, so when I first looked at this, I, wanted to have big goals, but then, and I had to talk with Gina, and I want to set myself up for success. And if I go beyond what my goals are, great, but at least I know that if I fulfill my goal, I'll feel good knowing that, and that's something when I did some training through Harv Eker is setting myself up for success and learning to keep my commitments. And so for me, my goal is to advance to manager. Now, I would love to go beyond that point, but I figure, I'll write this down because I know I can do it. And I'm also doing the Health Mind Body program, and that's helping me out a lot. And and that's also holding me accountable. And kind of stepping out of my zone. I've never done a launch party, so that's definitely one of my goals is to do it 3 within the 90 days. Now, as I kind of build my confidence up, and I know the more I have with others around me, I'm sure I could probably but so yeah, that's what I have.
All right. So is it okay if I give some feedback on that?
Absolutely.
All right. So you said something very interesting, that you put down a goal that you can achieve. And the point of this whole thing is to really stretch yourself. Now, if you put down executive and you only make it 80% of the way there, would that be okay? If you
Yes.
put down director and you miss it by 1, would that be okay? So when you think about the timeline of Crystal, manager, you said manager, right? Isagenix gives us 30 days. You have 90 days. So again, if that's really all you want to do, that's totally cool. But I just want to make sure that you are, as Harv Eker says, put down whatever your goal is and then add a 0 to it or whatever. So multiply it by something that's going to really make you stretch. And the other thing is with goal setting, and I can't remember where I saw it, but instead of saying something like, I want to, let's say, help at least 10 people, saying 10 or more, because again, the word least is just a different energy than 10 or more, or 10 or better. So yeah, just revisit that and sit with it and think, okay, so am I playing safe? Or am I really, really going for it in this 90 days? And that doesn't mean you have to, give up your life and work 60 hours a week, whatever you're going for it looks like, but ultimately it's meant to stretch you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I guess James, just chime in whenever you get something going.
I don't know. Is that working now?
Yay! Hi, Becca.
Hi. Okay, you can hear me?
Yes, we can. But I think
Okay.
James is going next. And all we're doing basically right now, Becca, just since you just joined us, is we're sharing kind of our experience of filling out the 90-day game plan and really setting our goals and what's that feeling like for us. So that's what we're starting with. And James is on deck.
Okay, can I ask one question?
Absolutely.
Okay. How do I turn off my speaker to you? Because I'm in the car and my daughter's hungry and she's gonna start crying soon.
I'll just mute you. I don't know how to do it on your phone, so now you're muted, and just wave and I'll unmute you when you're ready. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Just to add something to what you were just saying about Jamie and goals, I know there's always a struggle between putting down something that you can achieve and putting down something that will inspire you. But something you can always add, no matter what it is allow the universe to bring you something even better than what you asked for. So, 10 or something even better, executive or something even better, manager or something even better. And that just opens the universe up to possibility. And yeah, I just got back yesterday, and I talked to Steph this morning, and I'm all in, but I haven't filled out all the paperwork, so I don't know how scared I'm going to get. But yeah, just the whole idea of putting forward a 90-day plan and committing to it and sticking with it, and having a group of people to be responsible for, and to. Is actually what this business is all about. And, no matter what level you're at, to just exercise the muscle of committing to something and following through with it, creating, systems and checklists and healthy habits. We're very focused on healthy habits for our body, and this is about healthy habits for our business. So I promise I will get my information up soon in the next couple of days, and I'm excited to be part of this group, because this is a very committed group, and I get everybody is on board to create something amazing. So
Thank you. Speaking of healthy body, mind, and body, you're aware of that program? I know you weren't at Celebration; you had a lot going on, but is that something you've looked at?
I haven't looked at it yet, but I will look at that tomorrow.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So I would really encourage you and Shiloh to do it. It's fantastic because it pays us to do the program. So you pay for the program. When you finish it, you get a $45 certificate or I think it's more in Canada. I can't remember. But so it's free, and you get a little extra something.
Yeah. Cool.
Thank you. All right. Who's next?
I'll go. This is Joe.
Hey, Joe.
For me, filling the 90-day game plan was definitely different than from last celebration of last year. I know I have, my goals are definitely more clear to me. I think as far as what's foggy for me is just actually getting familiarized more with all the tools we have. Like, that's a part of it that I have not, got completely down. So I'm just kind of working on developing a lot of that more for myself, but I've actually started kind of, reaching more for each of those goals that I've set on that 90-day game plan. And, one of those goals that I have on there is getting to at least 2 events a month. And I was able to get one last night, and I was actually able to present at it. So that was a great experience. And I actually did have one of my associates with me, which really drove them. So it's a big part of getting one of my other goals completed. Is I want to try to develop 3 consultants in the 90 days. So I feel like I've got a good head start on that, and it was a good start from last night. So it was, I think, this time around I have more clear, concise goals set. I think before it was just more of, I filled it out and it wasn't, crystal clear for me.
Yeah. And Joe, do you want to meet in person? You want to come over one day and we'll just go over everything and then chunk it down to what, your daily, weekly, daily activities?
Yeah.
And then,
yeah.
And then we can plan our launch parties for when I get back from Calgary.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Great. Okay. Just text me and we'll break out the wine again, I guess.
I'm all over that.
You might have to bring your PJs this time. All right.
That's right.
Okay. Thank you. Who's next?
I'll go.
All right. Jean?
Okay. I think for me, what I wanted to focus on was being very specific. I wanted my goals to be very step-by-step and specific, so I had a clear vision where I was going when I was doing this. So I did this with Steve because we're working together to build one business, but he had some of his own goals that he wanted to write down, which kind of support what our initial joint goals are. And I think for me, I kind of stepped outside of my comfort zone and reached a little bit to obtain something that, is not unobtainable if I want to make it happen. So my lofty goal is to advance to director and then to develop 3 consultants into managers. And for me to do that, I have to first have associates develop into consultants. So I forgot to put that step into my plan, but I'm going to go back and re-edit it. So I have like a step-by-step process of what I want to have happen.
Right. Okay. That's great. And we actually kind of visited that with Lauren earlier. So for example, if you're saying, okay, I want to go somebody who's starting at ground zero, no consultants yet, and I want to go executive. So that means I have to develop 10 consultants, and maybe I'm going to develop 2 directors and 4 managers and 1 executive. Well, those can come from that pool of 10 consultants. So that can be included. Is that making sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. The other thing I really wanted to focus on, which I feel like I could be stronger at, is really developing a brand on social media. So I've made it my goal to read this book cover to cover and then implement what it says to do.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's one of my other goals.
Good. I love it. And it's that consistency in posting, definitely. And changing things up a bit. Like, for example, Christine, I've noticed she started posting some little inspirational things, which is sort of a new direction for her. And people have really been responding, right? Christine, you're getting lots of comments and likes and whatnot. So that's great.
All right.
Thank you. Who's next?
Stephanie, it's Melody.
Hi, Melody.
Hi. I haven't had a chance to go through the 90-day game plan book yet. I planned to do it over the weekend, and it just didn't work out. So I'm still in process of doing that to make my commitments. But I just wanted to share that I saw a little seminar over the weekend, and it said, don't focus on my goals, focus on the behaviors that can get me to my goals. What can I do today, tomorrow, and through the week to get me to my goals? What are the behaviors I need to do? And that's something that's kind of been on my mind because I need to, I know, and Diane and I have talked about this, that I need to set business hours where I don't let other things distract me and I'm actually doing my business. So tomorrow night, she gave me some ideas via email to go on to the ISA business and some things that I need to check out and download and that type of thing. So I'm starting kind of slow. I don't have my 90-day made up yet, but I definitely want to be involved, and I want to be involved in the call because I noticed last week that I actually learned quite a few things that I didn't know. And so I want to learn from everybody else, and I think that that's great. What somebody else had commented about just learning from what other people had filled out, because I think that helps us when we're not sure what to put.
Yeah, I love that. And actually, you'll be very happy to know that the whole section, there's a whole thing about what are your business hours and what are you willing to do and all that in the 90-day game plan. So you're going to find that great. And I love what you said about the behaviors. However, I still think we need to know the destination. So for example, if I want to go to New York City, I know if I'm driving, I know I need to get in my car and put gas in the car and start the car and start driving the car. But if I do just driving the car without having that destination, I could end up in Mexico, which I'm sure James would be happy to see me, but it wouldn't get me where I'm going necessarily. So I think that's a very valid point, but it's in conjunction with working on your goals. It's what are those activities that are going to get you there. And I love that focus time, that setting those hours. And that's really especially important for all the ISA mommies in the group or people who have other jobs, but especially with ISA mommies, because one of the things, and we had Al's older kids for a while when I was starting to build my business. But one of the things that's really important, because it's so easy to just get caught up in this and pour everything into this. And I think it's really important. Few things are important. One is enroll your family in the vision of where you're going, whether you have kids or not, if it's just spouses, but your whole family. Make a vision board. Make little rewards along the way. For example, at the end of the week 1 of the 90-day game plan, we're going to go to the park and play. So that the kids know when mommy's working what it's all about and what's in it for them, their little ones. The other thing is, when it is your kid time, make it focused on them. Put the phone away. Don't answer texts. Nobody's, we're not brain surgeons. No one's going to die if we don't answer Facebook or texts immediately. And I think that you'll find that your kids, when you say, and you actually say, okay, let me just take this off now, because now it's mommy and Eli time, for example. Ryan's so good with that, really focusing on her little guy. And then when it's work time, say, okay, that was great. I love playing with you, and that was great. Now it's mommy work time. And they really understand that, especially when you're not distracted by your phone when you're with them or playing with them. So I hope that's helpful for all the moms. And sometimes you got to do both. Sometimes you're on a call and changing a diaper. I get it. But whenever you can, when it's kid or family time, that phone gets put away. I think that goes a long way. Thank you. All right. Who's next? Or Jody, do you want to just calling on?
I'll go. Lauren Raymond.
Okay.
So filling out mine, I actually filled it out pretty much at Celebration, and then I've been revising it a little bit just to make it more detailed. But I'm really excited. This is the first time I actually have no feelings of being nervous or scared, because I'm going to go out and do what I can. My goals are lofty, and I want to get to them. It's important for me to get to them, and important for me to support my team, and I'm going to go for it. And see what happens at the end of 90 days. So I'm actually very, very excited. I feel like Ryan and I now have a brand that we're really comfortable with and authentic and truly comes from the heart, that we're ready, that we're going public with our team and people that we are connecting with. And it just, everything feels just completely different. It just feels like it's there. And for me, it's been a long time coming for that. So I'm very excited, about the things that we are going to put in for your team, and we're just, I guess that's it. Oh, and the Healthy Mind, Healthy Body. I am going to start Tuesday, and my husband's going to start with me, so I'm really excited that he is committed to doing it. I think it'll be huge. It's a huge step for him, because it's just a really big step for him. So I'm really excited that he is going to do it with me. So
I think that is phenomenal. And you guys, some of the posts I'm seeing for people's results from this are phenomenal. Hi, Hunter. Hi. So good to see you. It's something I would definitely encourage you to post about on Facebook. You could post something like day 3 of 60 of my Healthy Mind and Body. I can't believe, here's what I learned today, or just little tidbits, because if somebody asks, well, what are you doing? Or I'd like to do that. It's a perfect door opener to share about Isagenix. But definitely, you guys, share it with your team, because this has been what's kind of been a little bit of a missing link in the whole transformation thing. People start to transform their bodies. Their minds aren't caught up. We have attrition. People drop off the program because they can't quite handle the change that's happening. So this tool, I cannot encourage you enough to use this tool for yourselves and for your team as well. So who's all doing it? Is everyone on this call? Great. All right, who's next?
I'm just trying to see who I don't have.
I will go. I'll go.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'll go. I'll piggyback on Lauren's. So as I was filling out my goals, I definitely felt a little rushed today filling them out because it's been a very busy week. Eli's not in school, so I am the go-to person for him. So it's been busy. I definitely felt rushed. So I don't feel like it's as in detail as much as I would like it to be. But Lauren and I have definitely been talking quite a bit, and I think that we are kind of restructuring a few things, especially our launch parties. And that's what I think I'm most excited about is our launch parties, and we have restructured them a little bit and tweaked our script, and I'm excited to see how it goes. It's a totally different way to go about it, and I guess it's like a wait and see situation. I would like to get to executive, I will be getting to executive in 90 days. And, I think it's the little steps that overwhelm me to get to that place. But I think it will be done, just baby steps. So.
I love that. Do you mind sharing what you guys have tweaked? We all want to, I shouldn't speak.
So,
but I
sure.
want to know.
So I've been reading, my husband and I actually have been reading Start With Why. And I've actually been listening to it when I'm running. And it's been, it's important to build your brand and to just embody your why, and everything about you, everything you say, you do, everything about you has to be your why. And I think that's how we're starting off our launch parties, are really just hitting home right away why we're doing what we're doing, and getting them to a place where they can really visualize themselves wherever they want to be, whether it's, financially, physically, all of it, So I think we're trying to really get people to that same emotional place that we are coming from with our why.
Can I add to that?
Yes.
So to add to that, we have kind of a bit of a off for people in the start generation. Depending on the videos, it'll be similar, but I think the conversation is going to be a little bit different. And we presented that twice already, and it just flowed so amazingly. But we're also in our launch parties really making sure we're going to do the 3 videos, which we actually learned from Steph when she was out here.
Yeah.
Did the launch parties here, and we're planning on starting with the new Isagenix difference, or the new why Isagenix video, and then Are You Toxic, to give them the background, and then You +2, Them +2. And Ryan and I are proud of ourselves because the last couple times we did even You +2, Them +2, it didn't bother us, and it didn't make us nervous or uncomfortable or anything. We're like, this is it, this is what it is. And it just was it's a huge step, because we've struggled with that for a long time, just that 2-minute video, that 3-minute video on sharing that piece. And it just feels really comfortable.
That's great. Yeah. Well, once you sat there and watched it and thought, oh, that wasn't so bad. And it is. We're just obligated to let people know, what they do with it, that's up to them. I'm glad you did say that you're still going to be using Are You Toxic. I mean, in light of the whole Vima situation, we have to still be careful to make sure product is a huge part of what we're presenting to people, you guys. So, and if anyone's not sure what I'm talking about, I'm happy to share more on that offline. So thank you. That's awesome. I'm excited for you guys. And I'm excited for October because you'll be here.
It's true. Yes, we have to talk about that. Yes. Yes.
Awesome.
We've got to make some plans.
Okay. Who's next? Come on, everyone's going to share so we can do the other stuff we need to do. All right, Jody, just point to people or see.
Chelsea or Christine?
I'll go.
All right, Chelsea.
Okay, so I haven't completed the full game plan yet. Taylin and I are actually doing that right after this call. We're going to complete everything we haven't. But I did do my goals, and I did talk to Steph about them last night as well, and we fixed that. Like, my numbers not adding up to get to, I really want to get to executive, and then the amount of people I wanted to enroll just didn't make sense for that. So we had to tweak that. And it's funny because seeing other people that posted as well helped me. Like, I think Steph was the first one who did the gifting, and then I changed it, and it's cool to see how it's caught on, because it does make more sense than prospecting. So my goals are goals I've kind of already had in my head and goals I had in place for ISA Derby, and so it just makes sense to overflow it to the 90-day game plan, and just really put my head down and just go for it. So that's, now I need to focus on time management. That's something I have a hard time with, or trying to juggle too much at once. So that's also something I'm working on tonight, in the 90-day game plan, to work on that. So.
Good observation. Thank you, Chelsea. And that's something that, I don't know if any of you have read the book, The One Thing, or the book, The Myth of Multitasking. It's actually been scientifically proven that trying to do a couple of things at once is less effective for both of those things. Our brains need to switch gears. So I know Lauren Ross, for example, shuts her Facebook down when she's doing other things and prospecting. And I think that's brilliant. And I've started doing that as well, because you know that it's hard not to, that little ding, or if I'm doing something or talking to someone, I turn the phone over. I don't shut it off, but I turn, or if I'm focused on doing something on the computer, and if I'm getting texts, I don't look. It's hard, but I don't look until I'm finished whatever that task is, because I realize that doing this back and forth actually ends up taking much more time. Even though I feel like I'm covering 2 or 3 things at once, it's just not possible. It doesn't work. So the books, if anybody wants more info on that, is a little short book called The Myth of Multitasking, and the other book is called The One Thing. And I think Debbie Kaloji told me about that, Brooks' mom. So, all right. Christine.
What was the original question, since I joined in late? What was your original?
Just what's been your experience with, getting this done, and how does it feel to be kind of making these commitments and making plans and making goals and writing it all down? What's happened for you?
A bit overwhelmed. I think after being in Celebration, a lot of things started falling in place, and it seems like I want to do them all. I want to be grateful. I want to perform. I want to exercise. I want to read. I want to do goals. And it seems like I'm doing. I'm doing the healthy body and mind, and it seems like I'm doing and not doing. So I don't know if you know what I mean, but I guess it will all become habit, and it will become easy. And of the things I filled out, I've only filled out that first page of, were we supposed to do more than that?
Page 61.
Wow, that's it?
So hold on, no, 61, and some of you didn't post it in the album, so we need it in the album, please, so it's easy to access. And then answered the post about page 62, what your goals are for the week, so we can help you stay accountable. And as far as getting that done and doing and not getting things done, Christine, I can totally relate. And I've been around you. I know how much you get done in a day, and what might help you to do. That's when I write down everything I actually do in a day. I've even started writing down when I text someone, maybe not every single exchange, but if I'm in a text communication with someone one day, or send an email, and then it's like, whoa, I really did get a lot done today. So that might be helpful for you to realize, oh yeah, I did. I reached out to 4 people on my team, and I connected with 3 new people that I hadn't talked to yet. And so maybe documenting that would be really helpful for you to feel like that sense of accomplishment, because I've seen what you get done in a day, and it's a lot.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to unmute Becca. I'm not sure if she's able to share, but we'll try. Becca, are you in a place to share, or not good?
I'm in a store right now, so it's really loud where I am. But I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay.
So I don't think it would be appropriate for me to share at this point, just given that I'm distracted.
I didn't want you to feel like we forgot about you.
No, I'm here.
Okay, I'll be putting you back on mute. Okay, so I think that's everyone. For me, it's also been an interesting exercise, and I made some very big, hairy, audacious goals, and kind of stopped myself in my tracks a little bit. And now I'm still in the process of breaking those down to daily actions. Some of you know that, we've been dealing with a bit of a health situation here at our home, which has been pretty time intensive with going to different things. But we had an appointment today that we're very hopeful might be somewhat of a solution for Al. He's going to be going for treatments 3 times a week, but that's all going to be part of this journey. People are doing it, juggling 6 kids and whatever. So we're going to make it all work somehow. And our goals also are together for both of us. And my son is in the group. He's doing our newsletter now, and he'll be doing a lot of more of the admin stuff. So even though he's not jumping into the 90-day game plan right now, he will be joining us after his move. But if you guys we're going to talk a little bit about the whole accountability and participation. But if you're seeing like, well, he's never posting, I just want you guys to know what Al and Matt are up to. But James, can you unmute again and just help me talk about that? I want us to all come together and come up with, some things agreements about that group, because it's not a dictatorship. However, I really, really want to help us all advance and push beyond our limits and be held capable and accountable. And part of the way I know how to do that is to post, success steps and ask for people to do certain activities. However, if people aren't in agreement to do that, then that's not very effective. So, James, do you want to touch on that a little bit, the whole agreements thing?
Yeah, I mean, first off, everybody that's on the call already is a part of the agreement, which first thing was, we're going to do a weekly call, yes? So, you all understand the whole idea of having an agreement and how it helps, because everyone has already shared what the journey is about and how it feels to them, and sharing the information online. Obviously, different people have picked up different things that other team members have posted. So, the whole idea is, let's do this as a team and let's create an environment of success. So each of us gets to have the success that we're looking for. So the question is, what do we need to put in place that we all agree to make sure that we all have our success? So one of them obviously is to be on the call every week. Now, if there's some particular reason you can't, then I don't know, do we post it on our CEO group and let everybody know that I'm choosing not to be on the call for a specific reason? And if there was an assignment, I would say, we should be posting our results before the call if we can't be on a call. What other kinds of things do you guys think we need to have in place to make sure you have success? What do you want to see the group look like? What kind of agreements do we need to have in place so that we each get to have success? Any ideas? Just jump in.
I like what you just said about if you can't be on the call, to at least post like the to-dos or homework beforehand, so it still shows that you're still participating, and hopefully, I'm assuming it would be it also helps keep you participating as well in it, and doesn't let you kind of drop the ball, and it still holds you accountable even if you can't come to the meeting.
Yeah, good.
Definitely homework assignments.
So posting the assignments?
Yeah.
Okay. And you know what, guys? Here's the thing. It's a small, safe group. If something doesn't get done, I would say post that. I didn't do it. Be upfront, be honest, be real, call it like it is. If you didn't get it done, just say, I didn't get it done. It's not about, shaming or anything, but maybe somebody can in some way reach out and say, well, what can we do to help you get it done? What happened? How let's get it done. So I really think it's important to show up for sure, like Jody said, and post those assignments and post updates, etc. What else, guys?
For me, I'll speak for me is, you know, I don't know how to word it very well. It's just rattling around in my head, but we're here to help each other as well, right? It's, you know, we're one team, right? Is if somebody needs help, then raise it. We'll figure out who's the best person to help them, right? If somebody needs a call and you're not available, who's available? Who can help? Who can do what, right? Is just raise the flag. I need help. You know, my goals are in jeopardy, and, you know, I would do the same for you, right?
I like that. Ask for help. Is that something everyone can agree to?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone not agree? Okay. Posting assignments. Anyone not agree to that one? And being on the call each week unless you notify the team that you're not going to be. We all agree on that? Anyone not?
No, I'm good.
Okay, good. What else? I think a few more.
I was just thinking, is it worth discussing or exploring a buddy? An accountability buddy? Or are we just going to all keep each other accountable?
What do you guys want that to look like? As James said, this is your group.
What does everybody think?
I think the group as a whole is good because it's not large. It's not, in my opinion.
Hey man, if you want a buddy, take a buddy. I got Chelsea.
I was gonna say, I think I'm open to both. Like, I know I'm helping, like, hold our ISA Derby team accountable, and that's kind of like our little mini accountability group. But I don't see why, if you feel like you need it, I don't see why you shouldn't ask for it.
I just thought is that something that, I don't know.
Definitely, that would be part of that, you know, ask for what you need. I guess ask for help, ask for what you need. If you feel like you want that, absolutely reach out and yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, what else, guys?
Well, in the light of maybe helping everybody be more focused, I love that we all uploaded our 90-day game plans and, you know, it's a visual for us. What if we all thought about creating a vision board that goes along with our 90-day game plan and then uploading a picture of what our vision board looks like to our CEO group so that we all could see like a visual image of where we see ourselves going?
Yes, I like that idea. In fact, there is a little vision section in here, which is only half a page, but we actually did that in the last CEO group last time we did it, and it was a 90-day game plan. I think that's a great idea. Is anybody on board for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a good assignment.
Okay, so when can vision board, should we say, is by this Sunday too soon for everyone?
No, it's fine.
How about just before the next call that it's posted?
I don't mind, James, making Sunday kind of the cutoff because that is our week cutoff. Plus, then I'm not having to search around on the day of the call. Like, oh, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Is that okay, you guys, making Sunday since that's our weekend anyway for Isogenics? Does that work for everyone?
Yeah, but in all fairness to you, Stephanie, if we didn't post it, then the group should hold us accountable for not doing it.
So that brings me to another point. So how do we want to handle when things aren't getting posted? Because we want to uplift and encourage people, not embarrass people. So how do we do it? I personally, if I miss something, feel free to call me out in the group. For me, that totally works for me. I can take it, but maybe not everybody feels that way. So what's a good way for, just like tag people in a reminder? How do you guys want to handle that?
I think either tagging people in a reminder or a private message, because like if you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings and you don't know why, maybe like what led to them not being able to complete it.
Baby brain would. for me. Reminders are great.
So that's my only thing is just make sure it's about wording, and because there's no tone, if you're just calling people on the wall, if they're in a bad place, they might receive it negatively, even though you aren't meaning for it to. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to make sure I agree, even if it's like a private message or something, then at least it's not public, or a reminder the day before. Like if we've noticed, like if I notice that people I'm really close with haven't posted, I can post a quick reminder. I don't know.
Or when you post yours, friends.
Yeah.
There you go. When you post yours, tag all your friends. You're like, yo, I just did mine. You're up.
And I think that maybe we can talk about who's working, you know, like our personally enrolled or PET people that we're working with. Otherwise, it doesn't, like, who gets to remind who. That might be kind of a little more manageable way. So, for example, if I see Lauren hadn't posted, because she's my personally enrolled, reach out to her, or James is my personally enrolled, I could reach out to him. Do you think guys feel like that might be?
Yeah.
So it's not any one person policing everybody, but, you know, like Lauren, like you said, Lauren Ross, if you notice that, hey, we've all posted and 3 people are missing, then maybe message whoever's responsible with those people, whoever team they're on, and say, hey, I noticed your peeps haven't put their stuff up yet. Let's get her done. And it could just be they forgot.
Yeah.
Am I on mute?
No,
Am I muted? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yay. Can we also add to that in this, I guess, category that, like, we're going to choose not to be offended because, I mean, it's possible. I know, like, with text and messages and Facebook and all that, you really can't always see the emotion and all of it. But if we can just agree that we're all going to be in love, and maybe if we could have like a hashtag, like we could have a code word. It could even be like #love. That could be our reminder code. And we can put, I need a reminder sometime. And I don't mind if everyone knows that I forgot, or I dropped the ball, or I got distracted, or whatever. And I'm going to assume if someone says #love, Penny, where's your thing? That they're doing it in love and in compassion and in partnership, and not for any, I mean, we're here to support each other, and we don't have time to be offended.
I love that. Thank you.
I love that too.
The hashtag I would love to build on is with #with love. How about that?
I like it.
Yeah. I like that too, because it's a reminder we're holding each other accountable. It's not as a put down. It's a, hey, we're not going to leave you behind.
Right.
So I love that.
We're looking out for you, and we don't have time to be like, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. We're not trying to hurt each other's feelings. That, if we can just agree on that, then
Oh,
I like
totally.
that.
Yeah.
I know I've snapped at Chelsea a couple times and then pulled it back going, wait, I'm sorry. You were coaching me. I love you.
So,
stuff too.
So the other thing, guys, is that I've noticed that not everyone, this could be just a Facebook glitch, but we have 28, 30 something people in the group now, and it's showing me that only 8 or 9 are reading the posts. So I'm not sure if that's accurate or not, but maybe also look, like, can you see that when you look at it? Chelsea, can you see?
No, it only shows likes and comments. I think only the poster can see views.
All right. So, okay. So I'm curious. Maybe I'll just test it on something, and if it looks like, for example, Ryan hasn't read something, I might say, hey, Ryan, did you see this post, just as a test, because I don't know if they're getting to you. So, for example, the one I posted about please post your page 62 goals, not your, like, put the goals in there, just type of or copy paste it with your intentions for the week. That one only, I think 3 people have replied to. So I'm not sure if it's because they're not seeing it, or so another reason, if you get tagged, it might be just because we think you didn't see it, not because, you're not doing something. And Joe and Melody, sorry, you were muted before. So if you guys have been trying to say anything, please feel free.
Melody has gone on to another meeting, Steph. So she's not on the call anymore.
Oh, who's 909? Oh, maybe she just jumped off then. All right. So I guess that is that. Is there anything else you guys want to add to that?
Well, I'm just thinking, oh,
I'm
Go
just
ahead.
I just said this is fabulous. I love it.
I think it's great too.
yeah, I'm just going to say, Steph, to what you commented on. I think if you're posting something that's an assignment that we're all going, not commenting, we should at least like it. Even if we don't like the assignment, we should like the comment.
I like that. That's another agreement.
Yeah.
Right? So then at least Steph knows everybody's read it. So when you read it, just like it, even if you don't like the assignment, and then just do the assignment and post it, and then we're all good.
Yes, I like that. Thank you. So we know you've seen it. Yeah.
Can we reply with, I don't like this assignment, hashtag with love? No.
Absolutely. And I'll say a hashtag tough SHIT. No, I'm kidding.
With love.
With love. Oh my gosh, I love that hashtag, Penny. That was, you guys, that was, what a great collaboration.
I love it too.
Yeah. All right, so anybody right now want to schedule a time? Well, we'll do it messagely through messages. Messagely, let's do it messagely. So let's definitely, each of you, if you haven't gone over your goal sheet with someone and really are clear on, are these the right steps and even terminology, because Lauren Ross was going to make 3 crystal executives instead of go executive, and 3-star golden circle, and it's all very confusing. So please do reach out, you guys. This is, I'm really excited by this, because I'll tell you what is possible with who's in this group, and Brooke's just flying back from Japan, so she will also be jumping in as soon as she kind of recovers from her trip. What is possible with this group and what could happen for this team, you guys, is unbelievable. And I so believe in each and every one of you. If I don't tell you that enough, I'm telling you now. And the one-on-one calls are very powerful. Jody and I had one today. Lauren Ross and I had one. Penny and I had one. Chelsea and I have had a couple in the last few days. So do reach out if you want a regular schedule. James and I had one. If you want to regularly schedule time with me, we can totally make that happen. And Gina, you and I are due for one. So thank you, guys. Anybody want to end with a great takeaway and we'll wrap it up?
My favorite takeaway is a hashtag with love. I'm not even gonna lie. That's my favorite takeaway.
On this end.
Yeah, and you know what? Even in our other posts and in our other comments, I love what you said, Penny. If we can just, when we're reading something, take a step back for a moment and think, okay, maybe it's not hashtag with love, but I'm sure that's what the intent is behind it, because I don't believe there's a malicious human being on our team and in our group. So, you know I, for one, don't always say things maybe as eloquently, and maybe I'm too direct sometimes, but always know that it's coming from this place, you guys. All right.
I want to say something.
Yes.
I found that, you know, from a year ago when I joined Isogenics, it's been a year now. Actually, this August, it's been a year, and the year has flown by. I have no idea. But I really did want to say that I have found myself to really, really grow, because I joined the CEO group way back when, and look at it now, and I've made so many beautiful connections and relationships, and I thank each and every one of you. To be a perpetual student is really important. So that's my takeaway.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Okay, get out there and rip it up and get those goals going. See you next week.
Bye.